Hello and welcome to the main cave. In this video I'm going to be running through 14 of the accessory picks for the Steam Deck, and I want you to comment if you think I've missed any accessories that are worth picking up. What would your number one accessory be for the Steam Deck? Mine has to be number 3 on this list. So if you like this video, I will be doing another Steam Deck video soon showing you my desktop setup, where I'll be going through things like my choice of keyboard, my choice of mouse and controllers when I use the Steam Deck in docked mode. So please consider subscribing for when that one goes live. So this is the Steam Deck then. This is Valve's portable gaming beast. It's fast rolling out to people who pre-ordered in the hours and the days after release. And so for all you new owners, I'd like to share with you a bunch of the best accessories I've bought for this beast of a machine. First up on the list is probably the most obvious when looking at my Steam Deck, and that is the D-brand skin. If, like me, you're in the UK, then this will take a few days to arrive, but they do offer free shipping, and the quality on their skins is superb. I use their skins on other products, and the reason I wanted it for my deck was to make it stand out a little bit, and hopefully to protect it a bit from scratches and scuffs. Applying the skin should only take a few minutes, but if you take it steady and use the all-important hairdryer to wrap it around the curved edges, you should be okay. They do provide a really good installation video, which I'll link to in the description below. Finally, just have a look on their website, because they do a bunch of really cool skins, not just the white that I've got here. Number 2 is the most obvious on the list, and if you have the 64GB version of the Steam Deck, I'd say it's probably the most essential, and that is a memory card. Why not get one of these, or maybe even get a few if you can. So what size should you go for? But this all depends on how much space you need or how much you're willing to spend. Minimum, I'd say, should be 64GB. Obviously, the faster the better, but I went for the A1 Class 10 512GB card at £55, and seeing as I'm only using the card for the emulation games, I didn't want anything too expensive or over the top. I found this one to be perfect for my needs. Next up is something that I've relied on quite a lot recently as I've been travelling around, and this is which is the TomToc travel case. The Steam Deck does come with a case already, but you can't get much more in it than just the deck itself and maybe a cable or two. This is the travel bag from TomToc, who make a bunch of really good quality bags and accessories for all types of gadgets, and the quality of this one is no different. It's superbly made with their self-styled W-style foam interior, protecting the deck and the thumbsticks. There's also enough room to take away kind of things like a charger, cables, PowerBank, your phone and other items that you may need. It's a decent size and it has attached a carry handle, a shoulder strap, and it has weatherproofing exterior, and the plush thick foam inside is brilliant. Well worth a look if you plan a trip away and need something to carry your Steam Deck and other bits in. Fourth is from Anker, and that is a hub. You will need a hub if you want to connect your Steam Deck to a monitor or a TV, and seeing as of July 2022 there's no sign of the official dock, then we'll have to make do with third-party efforts. Fortunately, there's a ton out there that are all great depending on what you need. So this one I use here is from Anker, and this is their USB-C Power Expand 6-in-1 hub, and it works flawlessly. It has power delivery, or PD, which you need for it to charge the Steam Deck at the same time, 2 USB-As, an SD card slot, an HDMI output, and a 3.5mm output for when I plug in some home speakers. This is pretty much all I need it to do. You can get others that have Ethernet and more USBs and USB-Cs if that's what you need. It's very compact and fits in the TomToc case without any bother. You can also get docks that combine with a stand, which may be better for you, such as the one here on Amazon. The fifth on the list is very important, and that is a power bank. Now, if you've read anything about the Steam Deck, battery life always crops up. To be honest, it's not that bad considering what it does, but it isn't great, and you may find yourself short when out and about away from a charger. That's where this comes in handy. This particular one is very popular amongst Steam Deck owners, as not only does it hold a big charge of 20,000 mAh, and being 65 watt, it also charges the Steam Deck as fast as it possibly can. Now, the first thing to consider when buying a battery power bank is the power output. I used an old power bank that had only outputted around 20 watts, and the Steam Deck actually came up with an error that it was too slow, and I may find that my battery was being drained rather than being charged. Therefore, I went out and bought one that I knew would be powerful enough, as I needed at least 30 watts, if not more. This one I have is plenty big enough, fast enough, and comes in a very cheap £50. Sixth up is a stand from a company on Amazon called PG Tech. As earlier, you may have a stand and a dock combined, but if not, this is ideal as it's sturdy, cheap and well made. It has rubber protection pads where the deck sits and 4 rubber feet on the bottom to stop it slipping on your desk. Later on in the video though, I will be talking about a kickstand, which may be better for you if you want to travel with a stand. To go with the stand is a small adapter, which is mainly for cosmetic reasons really, and it's not particularly essential, but at £3 I thought then why not? It basically stops your cable from poking all the way up out of the top of your Steam Deck, and it angles it at 90 degrees backwards so it comes out of the back. I have this permanently attached to my dock cable and it works really well. I've not seen any drop off in any quality or performance while using it. Number 8 on the list is what I mentioned earlier, and it's similar to the stand, and this is a kickstand. This one is for a mobile phone and works surprisingly well. It leaves very little footprint and sticks on the back and works very similar to the Nintendo Switch stand. I was quite surprised at how useful this is, but be warned, it does mean that you may not be able to use the stand that we talked about earlier. 9th really isn't essential for everyone, and that's this, Thumbstick Caps. I like having the caps on my controller no matter what I'm playing, and these are for the Xbox and PlayStation, but they fit fine on the Steam Deck. I can't vouch for every variety of cap, but you will need to have your thumbs on the sticks for things like gyro to work, so initially I was worried that it wouldn't work with these on, but as you can see, gyro worked perfectly. They suit my white D-brand skin nicely, and they even glow in the dark. They come in a pack of 4 pairs, 2 black and 2 white, and only cost a few pounds for the lot. I have the 512GB Steam Deck model, and it has the anti-glare screen, and I did buy a glass screen protector, but after about an hour I took the screen protector off. The 512's anti-glare screen really is very good. Adding a protector on, it actually made the experience worse for me, so I sent mine back. I just need to be careful from now on. I'm usually on the side of a protector no matter what, but this was just too much of a difference. I don't have the other 2 model Steam Decks to test, so I can't comment on their performance or what it's like for them with or without a screen protector. 11th up is headphones. I use a choice of 3 pairs. And firstly, did you know you can use the PlayStation 7P Plus headphones? Just plug the dongle into the top and the headphones work perfectly. I use these at home as they're comfy, they sound great and have a battery life that will outlast the Steam Deck a few times over. They also charge with USB-C, so 1 cable for the deck and for the headphones. I do use another pair, and that's because the 7P Pluses are quite large and don't fit into my TomToc case. Therefore, I always have a pair of Bluetooth earbuds. The problem with this is there is a noticeable lag which you may find unbearable. Therefore, I'd suggest maybe just a wired pair of buds that can easily fit in the bag. I put up with the lag for casual gaming just for sheer convenience, and then if I need to, I swap to the wired when I play for games that I need to hear, such as Apex. 12 is a travel keyboard and a mouse. There's neat little devices for typing when out and about due to its size. There really is no comparison with a full-size keyboard and mouse, and that's something I'll be going through in a later video. But this one, it connects via Bluetooth and it's small enough to fit in a travel bag, yet big enough not to be mashing several keys at once when typing. It does take some getting used to, but once you get the hang of it, typing becomes pretty fast. There's also a nice little scroll wheel on the right, which is great for scrolling pages up and down, fast and accurate. It's also backlit for night use and it's rechargeable. The battery has lasted me for weeks, but admittedly I don't really use it all off, so the results may vary. 13 is a charging plug and cable. I find the supplied plug and cable acceptable for my needs. It's around 1.5 meters long and the cable is permanently attached to the plug. If you need a longer cable and one that is small enough and can be separated from the plug, I'd recommend the Anker Nano 2 45-watt charger and any length of USB-C cable you need that can pass 45 watts from the plug to your Steam Deck. Then that way you can choose how long you need the cable and can easily take it away with you due to its relatively small size. But if you do get one, just make sure you get a decent quality cable to plug into it. Finally on the list is something that I saw and I thought it might be useful for someone, and that is a grip. There's only a few on Amazon at the moment, but it does the job of protecting your Steam Deck and offer extra grippage and protection. As you've seen, I use the D-brand skin. This grip may not even fit that, but it's worth considering if you want fully removable protection for your Steam Deck and for it to be that little bit more grippy. But do remember, this will add a bit more bulk to an already substantial handheld, but for around £15, they aren't that expensive if that's what you need. So there we have it then. There's 14 Steam Deck accessories that I'd recommend. I hope you found this list useful, and do let me know what accessory you use on the Steam Deck. Is there any that I've missed out on and I need to be looking at? Let me know in the comments below. Until the next video, bye bye.